A thin column of black smoke rises from the wreckage of their attacker's vehicle. In front of them, the aged remains of Petal's pursuers. Where have they come from? What clues do they hold? Today we follow these intrepid investigators as they parse the wreckage of the crash site and follow the clues down a rabbit hole into an even bigger mystery. I'm Q, and this is Wasteland Pirate Radio, WPR, bringing you the uncut airwaves from the blasted wastelands.
Hello everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice Arcade Apocalypse. This season, utilizing the Powered by the Apocalypse system to tell the story of the citizens of Tedville and their quest to return the good wets to its good people. I'm M, and I am the Master of Ceremonies, the MC. That just does not roll off the tongue. Our question this week is, what is your favorite arcade game? And if we ran a competition as like a group between the five of us, do you think you would win with it, even, being your favorite or not? And to answer that question, I think that my favorite arcade game, it's a toss-up, and it's a skill-based toss-up. I really enjoy House of the Dead, or the games where you stand there with a gun and you're shooting the zombies as they come up, but I'm trash at them. Never have I been good at them since Duck Hunt, and even then, not so great. But I love them. I think it's just so cool. The machine is so catchy, and I like watching it too if I'm not good. But the other toss-up is just flat out skee-ball. I think I'm pretty fucking good at skee-ball, and I enjoy doing it. I don't necessarily know that I would do good if it's a competition of us in a gun game if Lawrence is playing. But I think at skee-ball I might be able to compete. I don't know though. Skee-ball, I feel like everyone's got some skee-ball skills and would be willing to tell you about their skee-ball skills. It's a more common skill set, I feel. I don't know.
My second. Excellent. I'm second. And I'm Theodore. And I play Dill.
Seamless.
It's all in the tone. So long as you're comfortable, everyone's comfortable.
100%. Dill,
owner of the Bad Body, the Batman of this campaign for sure.
Batman.
So I did come with skee-ball. That was the one that I was going to come with, because I love skee-ball, and I think that if I had to compete in one of these arcade games, that would be the one that I would want to compete in. I enjoy air hockey very much. That's not a game that I'm actually very good at, but I do like me some air hockey. If I had to do a straight up video game though, I like the Tekken line of the fight games. That is, if there is one of those in a pizza place or an arcade bar, you can find me there, being really not very good.
I also prefer the Tekken for the Street Fighter based combats.
You can be a bear, and if you hit the buttons right, you can eat the other person.
I get to be a real freak. Speaking of a real freak, my name is Lawrence, and I play... I've just realized that my mic was supposedly muted, but it was not.
So you're on a different mic for sure.
I don't know if I am. Hold on. Am I closer now?
Yeah, but there's no sound difference.
Yeah. Physically, you were closer. I could see it.
Yeah.
That's funny as
There's
fuck.
no other microphone attached to this as far as I know. Oh, there sure is. No, I bet I sound like shit.
All right, there we go. That's probably much better.
There we go.
It is
Yeah.
a lot better.
And speaking of a real freak, my name is Lawrence, and I play Cam,
Seamless.
the lovely robot waiter, handyman, answering machine. He just does everything. As far as favorite arcade game, spoilers, it's House of the Dead. House of the Dead slaps. It is very difficult, but I know where all the barrels are, so I'm just going to get all of the power-ups.
M read both of us for Phil.
Oh, yeah, no, then I've definitely lost. I didn't.
Yeah, House of the Dead 1, 100%. I know the first 3 bosses like the back of my hand. I'm ready to go.
We'll just follow
Love
you
that
then.
game. Yep. Zombie game, love it.
If you could get over his shoulder and get the final points, there's something there at least. I might be able to skate off of him.
You do not want to be within a foot of me. I'm moving too fast. I will hit you with the gun on accident, and I'll feel bad, and that will blow me off my game, and then you are paying for my continue.
In this competition, you're paying for my continue.
And I am Michael, and I play Spicket. And my arcade game of choice is the original Samurai Showdown. And I will beat all of your asses without ever drawing my blade out of its scabbard.
Wow.
Because my character named Ukio had an attack that was almost unstoppable, where he would slide across the floor in his Teflon socks and whack you without ever drawing the blade on his weapon. And I used to play my brother-in-law all the time and drove him nuts, because I would beat him to death without ever actually drawing the metal part of the sword.
Say the name of the game again.
Samurai Showdown.
Is it like a Street Fighter based, like 1v1?
Yeah, but it's all sword-based instead of like hand-to-hand combat.
Oh, I love it.
The character I played is Tachibana Ukyo, and he's a menace.
I love the certainty of I could beat you without drawing my sword. I mean,
Yeah.
that is your character's gimmick, but I still,
Yes.
I love that it's coming into it. But still, like, technically, I wouldn't draw my fake sword either.
Yeah.
I know it so well, I wouldn't even need to draw the danger of it all.
Alrighty, and then that leaves me. My name is Grace, and I play Petal. And I'm not a really like official arcade game girly, but I am my father's daughter, so lots of skee ball. I was really good at skee ball, and I think that the thing I'm best at is air hockey. I've got very quick hands and very good eyes. When we used to go to Cece's Pizza, I used to pretend like I didn't know how to play to get other kids to spend their money so I could play.
Shark 'em.
I didn't know what hustling was, but I would do it because I wanted to play. I had no money of my own. I was a poor child, but I'd go, oh, what is this? What is it called? Air hockey?
Hockey shark.
Like, I'd love to play. I'm sorry. Pick them out.
We didn't have any money because my father and I would go and use all of our quarters playing Tekken over on the other
Yeah.
side of the Cece's Pizza arcade.
They were so greedy.
Grace looks back from that sadly and asks the other kids for change to play air hockey so she could fucking shark them.
I felt like a little transient orphan.
The game gives you, what, 3 or 4 rounds per money spent, and so out of 20 rounds, I'd maybe win 2.
Yeah, urchin's got to urch, that's where it began. I should have gone into Marjorie in the mindset of 12-year-old me really fucking wanting to play air hockey at Cece's Pizza.
Anyway, we need a Petal vision roll. I'm holding 1 currently. If I ever have 3, you have to have an immediate vision.
Petal vision. Oh boy. Ooh, that's only a 4.
Which is MC holds 3. Well, that's now.
Wait, did we update experience already? Because I left all my boxes are full.
No, we said we were going to do that this session.
God, I got it.
Hold 1 to the side. Anyone before we're gonna level up here in a minute. I didn't think anyone would be able to get experience before we had the moment to level up. So just like mark 1 to the side.
Got it, sorry.
Totally fine. I like seeing how all the mechanics work together. So now I hold 3. Now I have 4 hold. If the MC has 3 or more, they must begin the session by spending 1. But that still keeps me at 3 or more. That's a lot.
So you're saying now Petal has double vision?
Tits.
Or that you have to next session also.
I feel like it's like by spending at least 1.
Okay.
In which case, I would like to spend 2. At the end of last session, Petal went quiet for a bit. You scoped over the scene. You pointed out to your team the incoming raiders to do a quick overhaul of last session. We got to the crash site that we were looking for, began to scope it out before Petal noticed some unruly types on a hill behind, preparing to assault.
Some Mad Maxers.
Some Mad Maxers. Their driving style is called spinning, and it is a real motorsport that I could never breathe real life into. This shit is crazy what they can do with cars, but I was very inspired. It's a South African motorsport called spinning. Absolutely worth a look up. This stuff is wild, what they do with vehicles. But anyway, that was their vibe, and they came whipping ass down the hill. Dill met them as the others scoped out the scene a bit, but mostly prepared for the onslaught to come. Dill distracted a couple of them, and decam threw some knives at the last that approached. Just perfect precision, peppering each hand that pulled a gun out every time. The windshield has been broken, shattered in, so no windshield at the moment. I believe that Spicket got a bullet hole, got a bullet wound, or was it Decam? One of the two of you got shot.
I was shot,
Dham
for sure.
took the damage. Yep.
Yeah, I said, you're going to give me the choice? That's no consequences for me. Spicket.
Yeah, it was more not who is taking the bullet, you or Spigot, but it is if you want to hit with this knife, the exchange is Spigot taking the bullet, which realistically isn't really an option moment. It's just you do your thing, but that the negative outcome is that the gun fires one last time, hitting Spigot in this case. That, and I think that Dill took a couple from various like body stretching exercises that didn't go so well, like an eye to telescope, and when he got big and tried to get small again, that just didn't come back in right.
I'm fairly sure that since we're at the top of a new session, because I'm under 11 harm, I come back to full. I could be incorrect on that. Let me see.
I mean, is that what that says?
That would be crazy.
That is crazy, but it is possible because his shit is about...
I mean, I also get an experience point every time I have a vision, so...
No amount of harm can make your life untenable. Yeah, the fun thing about my character is that basically all of the moves that I can take on level up, so thank you for adding all of these advanced moves. All of the character moves I can take on level up are actually negatives.
Well, those advanced moves are for later. It's like a level 6 and above thing.
No amount of harm can make your life untenable. Treat harm past 11 as painful and temporarily debilitating but not lasting. At the beginning of the next session, reduce your harm to 6.
So if you're above 6, you reduce down to 6, which should just be 2 damage strokes. I don't know what you were at, but
no idea.
You reduce down to 6. And I want to give a moment also for as that like battle is calming down, Petal is sort of inside of herself in her brain, her head's swimming since she has connected familiarity with one of these vehicles here in front of her. These 2 crashed sort of wasteland raider vehicles in front of the 4 of you. As we sit in sort of the back of the food van and recover from the battle, everyone has to at least spend 1 barter now, but since we've just left town, I am willing to let that be like bandages to heal up to 1 harm, or if you don't have that, then that's like a snacks and food for everyone, except for Dill, who has a different thing.
Yeah, no, I toil not and yet am arrayed in charnel splendor.
And I think that that's accurate because after your combat, you sucked on the tailpipe of one of those cars. Mm-hmm. So you're like,
and
just
if we want,
fed.
like, I think debilitated one of the spinner vehicles, which I have now watched a video of people spinning, and I can say that it is the art of getting out of a car while simultaneously drifting the car.
Drifting though is like,
I mean, it's doing donuts. We're doing donuts. We are burning rubber in a circle, and then we're getting out of the car, and then maybe sitting in the window of the open door of the car while also still spinning.
That happens in all of like the Tom Cruise movies and the Fast and Furious movies, right?
I bet they do a little bit of that in the Fast and Furious movies. This feels like donuts is what these folks are doing.
Yeah.
I feel like donuts is a trick. Drifting is a trick, both of which are like spinning tricks. Man, it looks like the car is on ice. Like the fucking, how do you do that with a vehicle? That shit's wild. I can't even shift gears, let alone drift.
I can't even drive stick slow, let alone drive stick doing a bunch of other crazy things.
Yeah. But everyone should have a start of the session move. I know Spigot doesn't have it, and I know Dill doesn't have it. Barter. At the beginning of the session, spend 1 or 2 barter for your lifestyle, or if you can't or won't, tell the MC. Yeah, yours is like the most straightforward, which is spend 1 or 2 barter at the beginning of a session. That's just like lifestyle stuff. Think your food. In this case, I'm allowing it to go for bandages as well. Repairing the vehicle, I'll also allow it to be, because that feels like a cool thing, like a moment to maintain the group and how we spend that to maintain the group. Barter can be literally anything, especially in this environment where we have multiple broken down vehicles. You could take a windshield that's not totally destroyed, put it on using you have the glue to do it, and that's your barter, right? But yours is spend 1 or 2 barter for your lifestyle. So you can spend up to 2 to do something a little bit more intense.
Can I spend 1 to patch up the car?
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Great.
Windshield from one of the vehicles that Dill disabled. He didn't go through the windshield on one of them, he went through the engine on one of them. So that engine is totally ruined, but the windshield wasn't destroyed, I don't believe. And so you're able to just take that off and using some glue you have in your chassis.
Yep, I've always got some super glue in there.
Dill's... Yours was particular.
Lily of the Pits exempts me from the barter interaction.
Yes, and that is the one that you just did.
I do have an amount of barter, and so I'm going to try and keep that in mind because that is also just the money. And so if I do want to be arrayed in something other than my personal sense of charnel splendor, I'll have to keep an eye on that. For the moment, we're huffing that tailpipe, baby.
Grace, yours is also normal and straightforward. It's spend 1 or 2 barter.
So I'm not going to have a vision?
You will. I just want to get through the mechanics of all of this before I dive into the narrative, because we'll just probably rock off of narrative.
I guess I didn't take any damage if someone else is fixing the car. I guess I can find bandages for Spicket and I can grab a rag from my belt, a clean rag, because that would be icky to grab a dirty one. Is it his shoulder?
I think it was shoulder because I was sitting in the driver's seat, so there was not a lot of me above the dashboard.
We'll say it was a clean entry exit too.
Okay, I grab it and I press like real hard to make sure it's not
Good,
bleeding.
yeah. 1 barter's worth of hard I press.
It's not like a big rag.
Spicket shouts.
Yeah, just like Marjorie, I'll help you, but it's not going to feel real good.
Yeah, I see a theme.
You're just so distracted. Your head is swimming with this, you can tell, oncoming vision, but in the mechanics of it all, it's just taking a little bit longer to get there. So we did that. Leveling up is super straightforward. If you have that full bar, the moment that you get that full bar, there's no other mechanic for it, so I'll allow it to happen instantly and in the middle of sessions. Erase that full bar, and then you level up.
And I had no beginning action?
I know that your barter is taken care of because of your job as the water bearer, but no. Just a bonus extra thing that's, of course, on your character sheet, which I will scroll to here in a moment. So the way that this is split up for everyone to see, everyone's will basically look like this, but the words will be different. The first section is your main level ups, the experience to improve. You level up, you select one of those, you unlock it, you get it. Some of them are just stats, some of them are other abilities, some of them you get to pick abilities from other playbooks. Those abilities will not grant you things, so if it's like, I pick the ability to run a cult, if you don't have a cult, you should not pick that ability because you will not be able to engage with it, right? It's not going to grant you things in people, but there are a lot of other abilities take any of fucking Dill's, for example, where he engages with poisons and gets to ignore intro, barter, and things like that. This next one coming is for Dill, because I know you leveled up 2, I think.
Yeah, and I've also pulled up mine as a PDF here.
Perfect. Did anyone else level up?
Yes. Spicket.
You leveled up as well, and I am on your sheet now.
Are the ones below the line the advanced, like the above level 6?
Yes, everything below the line is for above level 6, so the first 5 levels have to be spent in this top section. If you level to level 6, you can still pick something from this top section, but now you can also pick something from the bottom section. Anything at level 6 or above, you can pick from the bottom section. If you ever change to a new playbook entirely, there's a couple change your character, retire character, pick a new playbook. In that new playbook, you have to get to level 5 before you can take the advanced moves from that playbook as well.
Get a move from another playbook is definitely interesting.
The barter for Mike, I think your barter is going to change to normal with everyone else, because your barter here on this list is the source provides for your day-to-day living. So while you're there, you need not spend barter for your lifestyle at the beginning of a session.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so that can, like I said, at least 1 barter, up to 2. 2 is, gets you something more impactful. Sometimes I may call for a second if someone has something big to do with their barter whenever we're doing these sessions, but at least 1, at a minimum, think of it as snacks. Everyone needs to take a little snack and a water break, which is great for you.
Yeah.
How do you spend your barter?
I would make sure that it's time for snacks and water.
Perfect.
We've gone through a stressful shootout. We've got to stay hydrated and fed. Spicket would be totally down for that.
As you go to hand Petal her water, she doesn't reach a hand up to grab it. She doesn't even really take note of you. She is
She's pressing hard.
staring blankly at this wreck. Petal, slightly dizzy, your vision starting to blur in, blur out before it blurs back in, and you are seeing the vehicles in front of you, but separated and on the floor of a working like mechanic's garage. You are seeing multiple folks come to and fro repairing them. They seem to be damaged in some way, though nothing like destroyed vehicles that you see in front of you. They just seem to be getting repairs. You see your arm point out from in front of you, you know, like the first person shooter style, right? Like you see your arm come up and you point at one of the doors, and a couple people come over and they pick up the door and they put it on, and it is this door with the insignia of the Greenbrook Mall security team. You know, all the malls have that like mall security team, and they try to label their cars to look like a cop. That's the door that they've just put on, seemingly by order of you. This vision has been silent the whole time, sort of an eerie note, maybe over the top, but silent. The voice of Spicket saying Petal like cuts through some of that vision, and it kind of fogs away. Left now a destroyed door where the insignia is sort of half burnt up and burnt over, but you can still see the top of that crest. You know that's the Greenbrook Mall crest, and that it was put on in this garage. But you see Petal trying to hand you a cup of water, seemingly having tried a couple times.
Spicket?
Yes, Spicket trying to hand Petal a cup of water.
Oh, thank you. Sorry. I take it, and I'm thirsty. Visions make me so thirsty, guys. You don't even know. You don't even know how thirsty I get.
I think you were more than thirsty.
Yeah, that was just some crazy fucking shit we just saw, you know? Like, did you see that guy? I kind of like point with my eyes over towards Dill. I ain't seen nothing like it. Or at least not that I can remember.
Press 3 to not think about the implications of that person's body.
Yeah. I give 3 a little boot. Kind of like subtly though, like try to be like quietly agreeing with you.
Yeah, you subtly press it and I say, agreed.
Loudly.
Oh.
I sent Mike's there last as well for level up stuff.
Ah, excellent.
Now it's not a level up, but for Lawrence there is a mechanic that you're gonna feel like you leveled up. At the beginning of any session, anyone can call for a change in highlighted stats, in which we just redo the thing. You get to pick the person who has your highest history gets to pick one of your stats, and then the MC gets to pick one of your stats. And I'm gonna call for that now so that Lawrence can possibly get some more experience this session, since last time all of his stuff was blocked up by his own abilities. So we'll just take that in normal order. Dill, who has the highest history with you?
I am here. Let's see. Spicket.
Okay, so Spigot, you get to pick one of Dill's stats to be his new highlighted stat. So basically unhighlight your stats now, and then we're going to go through and re-highlight stats.
Oh, okay.
And at any point at the beginning of a session, anyone can call for this. Not just me, but anyone can. I'm just doing it for Lawrence to kick it off.
I mean, after that battle, I would say that it would be hard because he goes aggro well after what he did to those vehicles.
I am designed for it.
Yeah. So I was impressed by that behavior.
Thanks for the free level up.
Got that. And then I'll say your other one is... I mean, I'm just interested in Hot Dill. I think Hot Dill being a highlighted stat for the times he is hot. He rolls for hot.
All right.
Like, should be an experience for him. It's gonna be for us.
Alrighty. Those are marked for me.
Hard and hot. Lawrence, you're up next, I believe. Who has the highest history with you?
It's between Dill and Petal. They're both at a +1.
That's up to you two. Or I guess that's up to you then, Lawrence.
Baby Dill.
Okay. I mean, to me, the thing that is most interesting is your +2 weird. So we're gonna go with that. I don't know what Ham's doing rocking that +2, but
Find out.
That's interesting.
For me, I was gonna go weird. You got me. I did this to be helpful, so I'm not trying to be unhelpful now.
I mean, anything that's positive.
I'm not even looking at his stats. I'm just gonna pick hard, because that last session, that was hard as fuck, dude. You threw a bunch of knives and nailed them every time. No challenge, no stress.
Yeah, and I wasn't even the one that got shot in the end. It's great.
Yeah, right.
So his favorite stats are now weird and hard.
Weird and hard.
Okay.
Next up would be
Me
Mike,
too,
who
actually.
has Wait, those are yours as well?
Yep.
Well, we're gonna
love
combat
it.
the crap out of somebody.
Oh yeah, we are. I'm optimized for it.
My highest history is with Petal.
With Petal. Nice.
Okay, I think I would be interested to see a +1 on Sharp.
All right.
I think as a water bearer, you have, a sense of sharpness about you and awareness. You like figured out how to use the car, so that means you're pretty smart.
Wait a second. Gabe, your stats weren't the same as Lawrence's, because I picked hot for yours. Lawrence didn't get hot, did he? He got hard and...
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Well, then I'm knocking out weird and putting in hot. I'm hot and hard.
Yeah, hot and hard. Yeah, that's you.
Yeah.
Talk about things I don't like hearing.
We're about to play this character in a way that you don't like hearing, unfortunately.
To interject over hot and hard, I'm
Wait
gonna...
a minute, Em. You said I wasn't. Em, you said this wasn't gonna happen.
I'm not gonna seduce you.
And you picked the hot.
It is not my actions that would cause that at this point.
Get a +1
You don't never get a +1 for these. You just get experience to marked stats.
or experience, yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure. And then Mike, I'm gonna pick for you cool, because you kept
All
it
right.
calm, cool, and collected even when you got shot. You stayed true. You picked up your gun. You shot him back. It didn't get to your head. Cool, calm, collected.
I will be sharp and cool.
And then Petal, who has the highest experience with you?
Spicket has a +3.
Oh, all right. I'm going to stick with weird, because she's still behaving awfully weird.
No one's that thirsty.
Dang, and I'm gonna stick with sharp.
Oh,
All right.
That's the other one I was thinking. They're good numbers for you. You know what? I'll switch it. I'll go to hard, because you showed off how fucking hard you can be when you were dealing with Fontaine.
That is true. Yeah.
That was interesting. It shifted the needle in a way. I like that. Hard and weird. Okay, we've re-highlighted stats, and again, at any point, anyone, or at the beginning of any session, anyone can call for a new redo. Cool. But yeah, we are here. The battle has died down. We are bandaged up, fed up, hydrated. Our vision has been had. I spent 2 points on that vision just to give it a quick 1 in, 1 out little clue for Petal.
sorry. I heard my name. Are you talking to me? I was zoning in.
No, I'm actually now just leaving it up in the air for what you guys want to do. I mean, I think anyone can see it in the wreckage of it, that insignia for, all that remains might just say green bee on the outside of a circle, but you can, with the flyer that has been passed around the group and seen except by Decam, everyone may have seen it. I guess that I don't know that you would piece that immediately to the Greenbrook Mall. So yeah, you just have that little bit of an insignia that says Green B, and then the rest is sort of burnt over on one of these doors.
What is Greenba? Have any of you ever been to Greenba?
No.
No.
Me neither.
Don't look at me.
Let's go home.
Is Greenba home?
Can I roll to look more at the vehicle now that people aren't shooting at us?
Yeah, that is just going to be the bread and butter.
I can just roll 2d6.
Yep, do something under fire, which is the fire of needing a clue in this case, plus cool.
2 plus 4 plus... Oh, nothing. Dang, I thought I was gonna... Yeah, I guess I'm not reading as such. So that's just I failed.
You demark experience, but I think with that the rest of these cars are put together in a very piecemeal situation. It's just like a Honda Civic door bolted on with the tailpipe of a Plymouth, like it just like totally random, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have, I guess, those brands of cars, but just to give it an example of like just totally piecemeal put together. The only real indicator to something is the outer edge of this insignia that is the insignia for the Green Book Mall security, but just says Green B because the rest is burnt over.
What did you find in the Green Book car?
It just looks like a bunch of parts put together, doesn't it? And I kind of like kick one of the doors a little bit.
Reminds me of me.
But I didn't get much.
Perhaps I could have a look and see if there's anything useful. Press 2 for I'm gonna scramble some parts into side of my little chest cavity. Let me see what's loose.
Hell yeah, scramble away.
I just start grabbing stuff. Anything that isn't nailed down, I'm just gonna put in my...
I hand him a few things. I'm like, you want this one?
Yes.
Random metal bits and bobs.
Yes.
Despite previously knowing shit about cars, I don't know shit now, so...
You used to know about cars?
Well, I thought...
When was that?
I'm not sure. I don't remember much. You know?
That's clear.
Here, and I hand him like another piece of card. Here, and I put it in his face, like near where I think his face is, just like shoving it in his face.
Thank you.
What next, team?
Yeah, Spicket needs some sort of clues to move forward on.
All I've learned is that Petal used to know about cars. Is that a clue?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure that qualifies. So Spicket's gonna want to get out and have a look around now that he's been patched up and the battle's over.
No, Lawrence has a things speak roll, and then there's a open your brain if you just want something. It's sort of like a need a hand roll, basically.
I'm hoping for inspiration or something will dawn on me, or I might begin to put pieces together.
Yeah, give me that open your brain roll. Roll plus weird.
If you roll bad, I will talk to it.
That is an 8, because I have no bonuses on weird.
A few of the pieces of these cars seem to all come from a similar place. After peeking them over, especially with Petal opening things up and going through them as well, tossing things out to decam as they collect, you're able to see a lot more of the interior car door panel or the randomized seats that have been filled in here over time or replaced and then replaced again. A lot of these pieces seem to be of a similar set of vehicles. There is like I don't know what to call them on the front of trucks that come up. It's like a cage over the grate.
Ram bar.
Cattle guard.
Yeah. I guess they are cattle guards. I see them on trucks or like security vehicles. I feel like they're just there to be imposing.
Yeah.
But like a couple pieces that look like bigger, more hefty pieces. And while they are makeshift put onto two separate vehicles, with that, you get the idea that they could have come from a similar fleet. So a lot of these cars were probably piecemealed in the same place, and they're using pretty sturdy pieces to outfit their vehicles with.
Okay, I would share that with the group as they're picking parts off of the car.
Yes, these parts are very high quality. You know what? I'm going to ask it a question. And Decam sidles up to the side of the car and he sort of leans an arm up on the car, crosses one foot behind the other, and he says, "Hey baby, where are you from?" And I'm gonna roll a things speak roll.
Okay.
Press 2 to let me take you out for dinner. I rolled plus weird is a 7.
Things speak on a 7. Ask 1.
Dang, hey baby, where are you from isn't one of the questions.
Hey baby, where are you from isn't one of them. No.
Who made this? Hey baby, who made you? I think that's worse.
Yeah.
There's also junk just strewn about the cars, bullet casings, scraps of metal that were just probably sitting on the floorboards as they drove through the savannas after this waterbearers vehicle. But there's also pads of like ticket paper. They pull them off of a They'd write on the ticket, they'd pull off the 3 sheets, the pink, the white, and the yellow, right? They'd tack yours, and then they have the next set of sheets for the next ticket. It seems like they were just using this as like notepads, right? Writing down little bits, little like different lists of stuff. 15 bolts, hex nut bolts, 30
Granny's recipe.
just like lists, or the next one is like I don't know, a list of different guns or ammunition. The next one's just like different basic maths strewn out, like someone was just using it as a piece of scratch paper, like it just like a little scrapbook, notebook. You don't get much from what's written inside. It all seems very needed a place to write down thoughts. But at the top, it is a ticket book for the Greenbrook Mall security. And now that like word set is in front of you, there's probably a little insignia up there. You like hold it up to the door and you measure it and you like look at it and you hold it up to the door again. And you can tell that the insignia from this is from the Greenbrook Mall security. Putting all that together, like, so are these like heftier pieces. They could probably come from some of their larger trucks that they could have had definitely like the bigger, heftier pieces are from security vehicles.
Everyone, I know where this baby is from. It's not Greenba, it's Greenbrook Mall. Security. Is that where we need to go?
I think so.
I suppose so. I don't know where that is.
Did anyone see where this car came from? Press 2 to remember.
I pointed in the direction. I don't need to press 2. And I know exactly what direction it is, and I point in it.
To the
Press
north.
3 to go that direction.
Exactly.
Press 4 to lay down and do nothing.
To the north of where you're at. Petal just points like a compass to the north.
Yeah, obviously. Obviously north. Yeah, I knew that. That way.
Press 6 to lay down and cry. I vote for 2.
Yeah, let's, hey, Banana. You going?
Let's split.
Yeah, no, I'm coming along.
Alright, then I guess we hopefully can drive without too many issues. Oh, probably should try and fix the... Did you fix the thing?
Yeah, I thought D-Ham fixed the windshield.
The windshield's fine?
I fixed the windshield.
Oh, sweet. Alright, let's make like a tree and get out of here.
And the team makes like a tree and gets out of here.
Spicket, can we ride with the music?
Oh, you can't ride without it, I'll say. And as Spicket turns it on and the car roars to life in its clunky fashion, because it's a loud one, the mechanics start back up of the Dickel song, I'm Dickel and I'm here. I'm Dickel and I'm here, as it comes out, like jets out into the savannah. I'm Dickel and I'm here.
I thought we found the button to turn that off.
Yeah.
We did, but it starts again whenever you ignite the vehicle.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that's true. You have to make the decision every time to turn it off. It's only an off button.
The default is on.
Am I sitting in the front seat? Am I sitting in the passenger seat? Because I was 4. Or maybe I was in the back.
I ride with my nose eyes sticking outside the back.
I guess it all depends upon where's Dill.
Yeah, Dill, where are you sitting?
You ride shotgun or what?
Dill's in the back.
Is there a way to roll to remember which button to press? Then press it.
Oh, to turn it off?
I feel like we should have a thing of surprise, and if that's playing, that might not be great.
It's surprising to me every time.
I'll give Petal an opportunity. Just do something under fire. Roll plus cool.
Okay, that's just another 6.
Okay. You know what button. This is confusing in here. A lot of these buttons and the fact that there's so many pedals on the floor, something feels interesting about that to you, but it's engaging. You're interested. You're like watching the way that Spigot moves his feet, but you reach to press one of the buttons and Spigot stops you and he moves your hand towards the right button and you push the third of the 3.
I'm trying to be really sneaky about it.
Yeah, and then
Sure,
just drains out as it comes to a halt, and you guys drive in quietness across the savannas towards the Greenbrook Mall at direction of Petal, who continues to point Spigot towards the north. A couple hours go by, the capital city, large metropolis looming closer and closer on the horizon.
Ham is treated to the sight of Dill poking his eye back in.
I wish I could delete my memory banks.
You hear a squeesh as it makes its hole back in his head.
Unfortunately, I remember every call.
I can't delete that from my banks. Drawing your attention as you crest a hill here, city looming ever larger on the horizon, something else draws the attention of the two in the front seat. You see overgrown and lightly sand-covered tumbleweed rolling to and fro. The remnants of a road that is easy to get yourself on, though bumpy. It stretches down the hillside and out across the savannah, about maybe another 5-minute drive down there, but you can see the remnants of a parking complex, a 2-story concrete compound, I guess, sitting in front of a massive dome of black. The black sort of just sucking in the light around it, void in its space. Shapes lightly shift across its surface. Neon triangles of orange and blue squares and green circles lightly cascade down its sides and towards the ground before seemingly just beginning at the top of this dome again and recascading down the side in a very slow, almost hypnotic pattern. You can see the abandoned and falling apart parking structure breaking your sight in between this massive, almost force field style dome surrounding what you can see signage pointing to be the Greenbrook Mall. Maybe like half of the giant sign that once remained carved with the Greenbrook Mall insignia remains like half standing and weathered with time, but putting the pieces that you've seen together, it's easy to see what that insignia is. But it's pretty dead out here. You don't see any like cars moving to and fro. There's no like motion or action besides the drifting of tumbleweeds and this light cascading dome.
Oh boy, I can't wait to get a pretzel.
Spicket is very cautious about just driving pell-mell up to this mall and thinks maybe we ought to be a little more cautious as we approach.
Cautious. That deserves a soundtrack, yes?
No.
From the special button?
Special button is for later.
Press 3 to anticipate the special button.
Schrodinger's button.
Right.
For vibes, I'll send a picture of what I'm imagining this void to, give you the vibe of. This little force field as it lightly cascades down.
Where is this force field? This 90s ass force field?
I just see it looks like a bowling alley's pattern.
Yeah, that takes me back to every mall in the 80s and early 90s.
Yeah, it reminds me of like the shapes you see on the side of the screen as the narrator talks about what is about to happen on an episode of like, what was that show with like, was the Will Smith show?
Fresh Prince
of Bel-Air, right?
Yeah.
Disney Channel. Anyway, you guys are at the top of this hill?
Do we want to park a way off and sneak our way in? Do we want to
Are we there yet?
Yeah. Look on over there.
Are we going right to the parking structure, or...
Dill pokes his head up front.
I point to the force field.
Oh, that's a big building.
I believe it is the Greenba.
I've heard of this. The Greenba.
We gonna park?
Maybe not there.
I don't see a park anywhere.
I don't think we want to be so far away.
Just to tack on both of those, the one bit of the sign that still remains is definitely just Greenba. Because of course it has to be. And then there is a sign above that parking structure, big carved sign as you guys scope it out, I guess, a little bit more intently, that says Greenbrook Park, but the ing structure is like falling off.
Oh, there's one. Dill, the park is over there.
Then that's where we should park.
All right, well, keep your eyes peeled for movement. Not literally, Dill. Don't peel your eyes.
Don't peel your eyes!
My nose is always peeled.
And you approach the Greenbrook parking structure slowly.
Yeah.
And cautiously, though as you do, still no movement jumps out at you. No one lying and hiding as you approach. People with guns don't come out of nowhere. It's kind of eerily quiet and still out here, minus the wind pushing through what remains of the parking structure. There's definitely some parking spaces down here as you enter in, and we'll say even what remains of like half the ramp to get up to the second level, though that's always up to you.
Yeah, no.
As you pull in, you can see the front almost like a little entryway. What once held sliding glass doors seems to have been replaced by pretty brutal wrought iron and sheet metal walls. This entrance portico on top a structure built of the same metal in the shape of a giant coil around a thin bar that goes up to the top, and at the top a little pad that sits up there, and then sitting up on top of that is a gleaming silver ball. Everything else wrought iron, but this ball bright and silver standing in front of the void of shifting shapes behind it. And you pull in and park in the parking structure, the wind pulling through, leaving you in this sort of abandoned quiet.
So, is there a key fob on the keys for this? The Dickle, the Pickle-mobile? The Dilgo?
No, the Dilgo has a regular old-fashioned key, for sure.
I love the imagery of just chirping the alarm as we walk away from this abandoned parking lot.
As you lock it, it goes, Dickle.
The keys are shaped like a pickle. So regular in function, but shape pickle.
I like it.
Oh, that's awesome. It only works for this vehicle.
I mean, we're in sci-fi future land. It is just a regular old turnkey, but like the top of the end of the pickle comes off and there's a button under there.
So you gotta pop open the end of the pickle and then you can chirp it.
Mm-hmm.
And the chirp says, Dickle.
Yep. Dickle. When you unlock it, it also says Dickle in the same tone, so you don't fully know which one you've done unless you look at the button.
Yeah.
That's okay, I didn't leave anything in there. Now, what are we here for? What does it look like?
I also have these questions.
Answer us, now.
Why are we here?
We are here to find the missing part to the source, which we must take back.
I would like to confirm, like, I'm gonna go and jiggle the handles of every door on the Dickle-mobile.
Yeah.
I am curious about this garage.
Okay.
Is it under or next to the Greenbrook Mall?
It is detached, but like walking distance across like a small drive that is a part of the parking lot.
And we got the Dickle-mobile in there?
You did. The entrance to it is still open enough. There are a few parking spaces down here totally cleared of debris, but most of this parking garage has been kind of collapsed in on itself on first inspection. There's about half of a ramp, the other half of which is kind of covered up by more debris that leads up to the second story area, but mostly just debris ridden. And yes, all the doors are locked. You double jiggle all the handles, and you double jiggle the handles, I guess, of your car too, just to make sure, I guess. No one can really drive your car, though.
Yeah, my car has a fingerprint scanner.
You don't have those. It's just a smooth hole.
Yeah, it's just a hole that I put my finger into.
Anyone can do it, but they just imagine that it's a fingerprint scanner, so don't.
Foolproof. I mean, you have to disconnect your head and hands from your body to be able to drive it, so like...
Did you ask a question, Grace? I thought I heard one.
Well, I'm trying to find the basic moves again to see what... Because I was going to see, like, ask if there were signs of, like, recent activity in the garage.
Oh, this was like the investigation. Hold on, I sent a roll... Let me go back and look here in the Discord. I sent a roll for... I don't even remember what I called it at this point. Examine closely. I will pin this message. Let's just give this a shot.
Okay.
I will put that in at some point after this session. This is just our rough run of it.
Okay, then I will roll. I got a 7.
A 7. On a 7 to 9, choose 1. Examine closely. For those listening, we have made a roll here as the game dictates. When you spend an uninterrupted moment closely examining an object or location, roll plus sharp. If you're doing so quickly, which you're not, ignore that for now. On a 7 to 9, choose 1, and that is you notice something hidden. You understand exactly what's here. You complete the scan in a snap, and that's those for now. Gabe and I talked about adding some like negatives, but for now I think that is a valid way to go through it.
I'd like to notice something hidden, please, God.
You peer around the garage. You get a sense that there is definitely some vehicles under this rubble. Moving aside a bit, the nearest to you, I think that you are able to uncover a like the side of a security vehicle. Using your team to put in a little bit of time, you guys can get it mostly uncovered. And while most of its metal of its body is pretty rusted through the doors and the side paneling and all that, there are a few of the thicker measures that we spoke about on the last vehicles that are apparent here. We'll say there's a cattle guard here on this security vehicle that is still intact and not rusted through, that like is big enough to fit on the Dilgo.
Press 1 to attach to Dilgo. Press 2 to not do that.
Oh,
Press 3 for
one.
Santa Claus to show up.
Ooh,
Santa? If it's the same view of Santa, we have some thoughts here.
I'm tempted to press 3.
It's a little Easter egg for really dedicated listeners.
It has to be.
I believe that what we're doing is what the people who live at this mall are doing. This vehicle bears the same insignia.
It's true.
Well, let's take that bumper.
What I'll also give you with this, Grace, as you guys start to strip it down, Lawrence, you have a workspace thing.
Do you want me to rip it off for you?
Yes. Yes.
Dill does so.
Yes.
Why, thank you.
So I can make some things, but it's gonna take a while, or things will happen about it. Should we do this now? Here? Right now? Press 1 for here? Now? Right now? Press 2 for maybe later. Press 4 for Lemon Pfeiffer.
We might need it for our escape.
There's like the workspace move here that looks like it imposes a bit extra, or you can spend a barter to get it on there quickly. You probably have some bits and bobs inside of you, and I think that's a valid use of a barter, since they are, like, your barter says what, like, oddments worth, right? Like, oddments, fucking anything, right? That to me brings the idea, right, of a sort of rando pouch. Could be anything that I need it to be in this moment. And you're spending a loot piece to do so.
I pull out a blowtorch and I weld it to the front real quick like.
Fuck yeah, that's a great use of an oddment.
You've selected number 6, the blowtorch in my chest.
Along with the dishes.
Dill tears this cattle guard off the front of the security vehicle after your team has it dug out enough, and hands it over to D-Cam, who pulls out a blowtorch.
No. Dill, hold this here.
Dill does so.
On the front.
Dill does so.
Thank you. Blowtorch o'clock.
And D-Cam blowtorch o'clocks it onto the front of the vehicle, securing it in place and using up the tank of his blowtorch, but nevertheless securing it. And let's see, Dill gear, what's your vehicle? Speed, handling, armor.
I don't really imagine that this changes the tags on my vehicle any.
I think that it gives you 1 extra armor.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'm okay with 2 armor. We'll say armor from the front is 2 armor. So if there's something that hits you dead on from the front, you have 2 armor, versus if it hits you from the back, the cattle guard isn't going to help. There should be something given, I feel like, for an exchange of barter, which in the grand scheme of things, if you guys are spending a lot of time dealing with in-town things, a barter is worth the amount of food it could take, or like supplies for like up to a week in town. So for Spicket to spend his barter for everyone to have food is fine for me. Healing, fine for me, because there's really no way for you guys to heal outside of having the class for it. And since we don't, maybe we'll spend barter on bandages too. I'm gonna be a little more loosey with my barter. But we have spent the time to fuse this cattle guard to the front of the vehicle, increasing its forward potential. It's better at ramming now, at least. I think you can add that to its like tags, its like narrative tags, is like ramming.
D-Cam pulls out a knife from his chest and he says, press 1 for going in loud. Press 2 for going in quiet. Press 3 for going in backwards with our eyes closed.
4.
You've selected 4. Lemon Pfeiffer. And I put the knife back in my chest and I stand perfectly still.
I don't know what that means.
Dill is perplexed by this.
I don't know either.
Dill doesn't know what to do.
I vote for 1.
It's a setting he doesn't understand, but it's a setting.
Going in loud. I don't know that we necessarily need to announce ourselves the minute we walk in the building, do we?
Yeah, I'm pressing 2, because why? Yeah, let's not cause unnecessary trouble before we're even in.
Before we cause all the trouble.
Yeah, let's be very intentional with the trouble that we are the source of.
Decam puts a hand inside of his chest, and you can see the end of a knife's grip, but he's holding the rest of his chest shut.
Got it on the quick draw.
And then he crouches slightly.
He does like a Slav squat and walks forward quietly.
Petal does the okay motion, like, good job.
I do creak, so just, keep that in mind as we go about this.
So really, even going in quiet means going in loud.
It's actually probably louder if I crouch slightly.
Oh, God.
Because my servos are straining slightly more.
Dill looks at Petal and Deham and squats way down and makes the okay motion, but his fingers curl way too much.
Petal's committed to the motion, so she's like, yep.
Mm-hmm.
You too, Dill.
And then he crabs his way towards the door, wherever the door is.
I like the camera work a whole lot.
It's like Zoidberg.
With Decam right behind him, just making so much noise. It's like a drill every time he takes a step.
Still makes no noise.
Spicket and Petal just shaking their heads behind these two. As we just hit the crest of the light, right, exiting the garage, you can use the walls still as cover or whatnot, but it's quiet and dead out here, save a few bumbling tumbleweeds in the wind. You can feel a windstorm on the horizon or see it as the wind is picking up, right? Clouds starting to roll in pretty deep off to the east, but just this force field stands in front of you. It's pretty quiet. Entrance portico, seemingly the only way in.
I guess we're,
Yeah, who's in the front?
Sounds like Dill followed.
Dill. Always Dill.
Dill's in the front.
Dill comes out
Shit.
low.
Okay.
The immortal beef monster.
Okay, now that I know that Dill's in the front, if there's some kind of religious gesture the waterbearers have, crossing themselves, I'm doing that as a please water. We need all the help we get, water people.
A brief thunder crack off in the distance.
Since we're all talking about it, then Dill has also realized that he's in the front, and that's also stressful. And Dill's freaking out, and Dill's sweaty,
leaving chromatic pools behind him as he squabbles.
Yeah, Dill sweats like diesel.
Gatorade and diesel. I'm curious how many descriptors for Dill's sweat we can get throughout.
Yeah.
I don't know how many more I've got, but we'll see.
So we have to watch where we step as we follow behind you.
Yeah, have to is a strong word.
Probably, yeah.
Should is accurate. Have to is
Biohazard.
But anyways, all of this is to say that Dill's gonna trip his contaminated move. The other one, I've been given permission by our Master of Ceremonies to also play the other one, so I'm going to continue our description. Dill's posture changes. He had ceased his crab walk while staying in the position and looking up at what are we looking at? This portico, this entrance. What is this?
Wrought iron.
Tall? Is it a wall or is it can we go over it?
It is open and leading into blackness. It is just some large wrought iron bars with sheet metal creating this entrance metallic structure you can just walk into, but it is the only piece that juts out from this big black force field in front of you. Sitting on top of it is that coil and ball. But it seemingly is the only thing that breaks this black dome in front of you.
Okay, so it's sticking out of the black dome. Okay, well, Dill's posture changes. He goes from his crab posture to a upright, square-shouldered, regular adult posture. Still 7+ feet tall, proportioned correctly for that height.
And it makes me want to straighten my back.
His musculature all changes and forms to be appropriate and whip sharp. He turns to the rest of you and he says, "My greatest apologies for my behavior as of late. It seems that we are on a mission of great import, and so I will act appropriately. Wait here, if you will. It may be dangerous. And Dill walks over he goes away from the portion sticking out. He wants to know about what the dome itself is made of. He wants to give it a knock, and he wants to see if he can poke a hole in it rather than deal with this door and its mysterious coil and ball.
D-Ham leans over to Spicket and says, "Who is this guy?"
I think that's still Dill.
Still Dill.
Still Dill.
Dill saunters up to the barrier and reaches out to knock on it. I'd like you to give me a weird roll, Dill.
Okay. The goal that I've got going on right now
Mm-hmm.
is if it seems like I can, my goal is to take 2 fingers and punch eye holes in this dome so that I can have a peek and see if it's worth
For sure.
pulling open.
Trying to rip open, yeah.
That is a 6 plus weird for a total of 8.
You reach out to just lightly rap on it. Just like feel it, like, touch it, see the response. And you feel a hard and sharp shock in the back of your brain. And for a moment, you see what's in front of you in 2 sets of vision. You feel both Dill and the other one present at the same time. There's a bit of panic on both sides, overcrowding in this space. I think just you draw your hand back quickly.
Okay.
There's a little bit of crossover, I think, in this moment between the personalities. The other one is still in hold, but there's a little bit of Dill's weirdness that it can't quite shake after this zapping of the brain.
Okay. What is this portion that juts out from the dome? Is there a side to it? Does it have a side and a top?
Yeah. Imagine a doorway, big enough for a doorway. It is entrance-wise that is open, and then there are, 3 by 8 foot sheets of metal on either side that create this entrance. It is clearly inviting you to enter here.
Then instinctive from the zap that we just got, the 2 of us are gonna jump from where we're standing to on the side of this thing with our fingers and toes punching into the sheet metal and scamper up to on top of there. Whatever that does as far as alerting people inside or starting something up on top.
Yeah, the 3 of you here in the shadow of the parking garage see Dill react strongly to touching the barrier and then jump kind of like a cat and grip into the side of the sheet metal of the portico and climb his way up. As he stands around and looks around, waiting for the change, we just hear the eerie silence in the wind cutting through. But Dill stands up there.
Okay. So then the other one has taken control back and stands up and looks abashed.
I'm going to go up to the mechanism and I'm going to touch it. I'm going to look very closely and with my nose. And I am going to use a Things Speak move.
I just am curious to where you're focusing this. What is the mechanism you speak of?
There's a ball or something?
Yeah, big silver ball on top of what looks like a coil and a pad standing on top of this. I'm gonna use the word plunger at this point to speak of the whole thing.
Can I touch the ball?
Dill could touch the ball because he's up there. You could climb up there and touch the ball too if you really want to.
Yeah, I want to climb up there and touch the ball.
You can use my hand holds.
Climb up there and climb up the coil.
No, I'm not gonna touch the ball. I'm gonna look for what piece looks like the most, like it moves the most. Like a lever.
Yeah, definitely. Give me that thing speak on this the general portico.
Yep,
I love that. I just wanted to make sure you weren't doing the dome.
No, I don't really care about the force field. I want to get through and not alert 100 people. I've got a 10, which means I can ask 3 things. Number 1, what has been done most recently with this or to this?
The outside of this looks weathered and rusty, but there are some hinges at the bottom of this coil that look well oiled and used. And stepping back with that in mind, this has been adjusted to move. you can see that this whole thing can shift to... It like shifts up and around to put the plunger in the hole. Well, it looks like to block you off. You know, like to block the door in with this iron plunger.
Like that is the way to lock it?
I mean, with the hinges being oiled and stuff, you know that this is in use, and like this would be a manner to, close the door behind you, basically. Be the door. The top of that pad would fill in this space, and the way the hinges are set up, it could easily just like extend and rotate and plunge the hole.
That's on the outside that lock happens?
That's where the hinges are.
If I go on the inside, I can't activate that mechanism?
You can't figure out how to like activate that mechanism. That is just the mechanism.
Okay. What strong emotions have been most recently nearby this?
Fear.
Fear? Okay, got it. That tracks.
I think that's the full answer there, yeah.
Yep. And then what words have most recently been said near this? Fuck? I'm so spooked.
Fuck. Oh no, oh god. Oh god, run.
Boobies.
Tits.
I think I'm gonna lean into that line, right? It's probably not exactly fuck, oh god, I'm dying, but like panic and fear and oh god, let's run, let's escape. That's like the general gist of what's been said near here recently.
If I could feel fear, I would be feeling fear at this moment. But I do not, so I cannot. I know how to close the door, but I believe we would like to go through. Is anyone else afraid to go through? Like, I'm not?
I'm not afraid.
Well, I'm not looking forward to it, but this is what we've got to do.
So Robin bravely ran away.
If my name was Sparkalonius, I would be afraid, but it's not. So I'm not.
So I am not.
Well, if you're not afraid, maybe you should lead the way. And Spicket and I could cover your back.
Would you like to close the door behind me?
No.
And I can knock when I'm ready to go out?
I will, just to follow that up, one, I don't know if Eminem would ever give us, but I would use it in a heartbeat. Let him fight me, dude. Fight me in a rap song, I dare you. Anyway, you do not know how to activate it, but you know its full function.
Okay, let me rephrase that then. I don't know how to close this door, but I'm ready to enter the door. I know how the door could be closed, so the door may become closed.
As the other one, can I get any bonus to sharp? Dill sharp is a -1.
I mean, it feels like you would. I just feel like if your sharp raises, something else should lower, yeah? So like when you're the other one, you're higher in sharp, but lower in...
Okay. What if I swap my sharp and my weird?
Weird feels... I was also considering weird, but weird feels so integral to being like this alien life form. Either weird or cool.
Cool was the other one I was thinking of.
I know weird is better for you, but I don't know that you're so cool as the other one. It's kind of strange that you switch back and forth. I think it's kind of jarring, keeping it from being cool.
No, I think the other one is kind of awkward. I don't think he quite knows how to insert himself into these situations.
I'm down with you shifting your, like, whenever you're the other one, you swap your sharp and cool.
Okay, so +1 sharp, -1 cool?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, since we're making you play it, we might as well make it a mechanic too.
All right.
You were asking if you could switch those stats for...
I mean, I'm considering reading a sitch or examining closely. Yeah, I'll examine closely. Understanding exactly what's here as the other one is a big get.
I agree.
Well, I rolled a 4, so...
Oh.
On a miss, you're distracted by something else about the thing or cannot place why it distracts you.
Yep.
For now, you know what it is? There's a little shift right now. Like, you felt back in yourself.
That's perfect because my actual solution to this was a Dill solution, not another one's solution. It's just to rip the top off of this little thing that's popping out that I'm standing on. Just pull the top off of it and jump on in. Like an elevator. It's just sheet metal, yeah?
Yeah, totally can. The front of this is just a clean open square. The sides of it, for sure, are these sheets metals. I just wanted it to look like a literally an entranceway jutting out from this.
Force field.
It is open cleanly, it just leads into darkness. This is just the sides and top of it, right? You can absolutely try to rip it off if you don't need to get in. You could just like monkey bar down and swing in.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
But as you try to examine what you could do, I think you're distraught or like distracted by the mix of both. Like Dill would like to rip it off.
Dill's also not going to willingly go into the force field first because he got zapped.
No. But you're split between wanting to destroy it and wanting to not draw attention to yourself.
You've selected number 4. In 4 minutes, I will be entering the door.
Wait, 4 minutes? Who started the timer on DM?
I did.
He did.
Dill sits cross-legged.
Yep, up on top of the portico.
Just up here, waiting for the timer.
How is all this sitting for Petal and Spicket? Decam and Dill have gone up and begun to scope out this portico. I imagine the two of you are still kind of standing back. I don't want to draw you into it if you don't want to leave the safety of the parking garage.
Yeah.
If you would please join this scene, I would greatly appreciate it.
I think Spicket would motion to Petal to approach, but he's not taking his hand off the hilt of his pistol. So he will approach with caution, because he knows it can't be this easy to just walk in here and get stuff.
I will be going in 3 minutes. I want to go in.
Dill is ready to swing in behind anyone else who goes first.
No one really seems like they want to go in, except for Deacon.
Behind. Keyword.
Yes.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my attitude towards this dome has shifted. It's scary. It hurts.
yeah, Petal wants to know answers, just like it for everyone else, but not that much.
Not that much. Your whole personality towards the dome has shifted.
It looks scary.
I do not feel fear. I am not freaked out. I will be entering the dome in 2 minutes.
Fuck yeah, thank you.
Yeah, that's also freaking me out.
Did you, Lawrence, did you start a timer?
No.
No.
No way.
Just pretend I did.
I lean over to Spigot. He definitely is scared. That's why he set the timer, because he's got to pump himself up to get inside.
She's probably correct.
Why else would he do a timer? He's a robot, you know?
I'll be entering the dome in 1 minute.
Has it been 2 minutes?
Fuck. There's a little bit of silence, and you guys hear the wind and like a bumbling tumbleweed, maybe a little bit of thunder off the distance.
54, 53, 52.
Yeah.
Worse.
Yeah. A little sound of a little bit of a rubble falls, and you hear the sound of a rock hit and bounce a little bit, and it's still just quiet. More
Not
thunder.
a tumbleweed blows by.
Off in the distance. One starts to and then decides to turn left and tumbles a different direction.
Yeah, Spicket's breathing has quickened a little bit.
A swarm of very fast snails zip by.
I'm going to go in now.
Racing snails.
Yeah, you know that snails are really known for being in the land with constant sun.
Decam walks in alone while everyone's looking at the snails go off into the distance.
These are like the most fried snails we've ever seen, Gabe. What do you mean?
If it's bad, I'll scream. And then I enter the dome.
And you hear scream. No. Decam enters the dome.
Yeah, no, Dill swings in behind Decam.
Petal's not being last, so she's going next.
As each body enters into the dome, you see them kind of disappear into the darkness.
Spicket will follow Dill, leaving Petal to...
No, I already said that I was not being last. I'm not being left behind last.
Okay, then Spicket will go last.
Spicket and Petal are just sort of like trying to shove each other to be the next in the dome.
No, it's my turn.
Dill wants to back out after seeing Deham disappear, but he can't because his momentum, because he swung in. So the two of you see him like flail in the air to try and not go through here and then go through.
Yeah, I mean, you guys enter into the darkness in such a timing that you guys can see Dill hit the ground and sort of flop a little bit before standing up and regaining his composure. You know, The concept in movies when they're like walking through a dark space and there's this bubble of light around them when we're not talking Dungeons and Dragons is just a visual aid for us, the viewers. But they're like technically they're in pitch black there, right? It just is no fun for
I turn on my flashlight eyes.
the audience.
I mean, it's not they can see, so it's not would be what I'd say, right?
I mean, I don't know that they can see in all of those. Like most of them, I don't know that they can. They're walking forward and they're getting to their goal, and they don't do the director doesn't have them not do it, but I don't know that the characters can see in that moment, even if it's not directed. Lawrence has a fucking flashlight, so I'm going to give you a real bubble of light.
I am the weird ambient bubble of light.
Yeah. DCAM turns on his flashlights in this darkness and illuminates a space wide enough to see your group, but the darkness sort of encloses on it. The beams do not just travel into darkness and hit a wall. They are suffocated within 20 or so feet of you.
My apologies. My eyes are old.
Your steps forward echo in the darkness, giving you the idea of being in the tight tunnel, but with this 20 feet of light on either side, expanding out from DCAM, you don't see the edges of tunnel, it's just blackness. But each step hits a tunnel, like the edge of a stone wall within, a few feet of your head. You reach out and you just touch nothing, but you feel like there should be tighter walls here as you're moving down this tunnel. And then you hear the grinding of metal behind you, and you hear the setting of like a heavy object behind you, getting the sense, as we've examined, that our pathway out has been shut off as we're continuing moving down this darkness.
I was afraid that might have happened.
Stop for just a second as that heavy thud occurs. Looking back, you see with DCAM's flashlights the shiny curvature of the ball as you continue, and then you hear a high-pitched metal tightening sound, and that ball is pulled backwards into darkness, and it just continues like a spring coiling in on itself, and you can hear the dragging of that ball backwards and into darkness away from you.
Let's find that machine.
I don't want to be in the path of that ball when the spring goes off.
Yes, perhaps we should pick up the pace.
Mm-hmm.
I hope the machine isn't in the path of that ball when the spring goes off.
Can we examine closely again now that we're in a new spot?
Base of darkness, let's see it.
That's a 6. Dill's just incapacitated. He's flummoxed. He's of two minds about everything.
Yeah, Dill, as you have been in this darkness, you feel strange. And I'm going to say Dill feels strange. The moment you stepped into this, Dill felt aware again. And in these few moments, I'll say until now, Dill has been slowly seeping in. And I think where this examine closely cuts off is that we are back to Dill entirely. And Dill, you feel alone in this darkness. Way more alone than you have felt. I don't know. Do you recall pre-Dill, pre-R-Dill Dill?
Nope.
And if not, okay, then ever. Even with your allies within reaching distance.
I feel great in here.
Well, it's a good thing the flashlight isn't pointed at Dill then, huh?
And we hear the tightening of that metal spring stop and a chunk, big, heavy sound of metal sliding over stone into place.
Oh my god.
And stillness around as we move through the darkness.
Let's move faster.
And then
Yeah.
a loud chunk.
I have a
Yep. No, wait. Before?
Last chance.
we got a whole ass gang. We gotta find a divot. We gotta find a not to be in this hallway.
Uh-huh.
That's basically what I
And
said.
a loud chunk.
I get out of the hallway.
Yeah, me too. I'm gone.
And then you hear the sound of metal sliding behind you, and you guys start running down the hall. Let's get, just from everyone, do something under fire, please. Cool roll from everyone.
Not me, I'm weird.
Good to have my cool back, and I rolled a 10. total of 11 do something under fire. Let's see what it says.
I think you just do it.
Oh, it's boring. Okay, I do it.
I've only got a 6.
Dill runs. His legs are extra long and his torso is extra short.
I got an 8.
And Spigot?
Spigot rolled an 11 plus 2.
Oh my god!
An 11 plus 2. Dill and Spigot tear ass down this dark tunnel, hearing the sound of a big metal sphere just rolling behind you.
And it's me, Decam, the rolling sphere.
Yeah, right. I think that Decam is quite a bit slower than everyone else pushing themselves to their limit. He is not known for being like a physical robot.
He's known for his grace, not his speed.
Yeah, piecemeal in manner. And so as you folks are running down the hall, he is just having trouble keeping up. Petal trips and stumbles, but I think with Spigot's absolute monster of a 13, he's able to pull her up and keep her moving without too much of a negative there.
Hell yeah.
You guys see a light in front of you, big blinding white exit to this tunnel. You see it in that sort of half dome shape that lets you know you're in a round tunnel. You're running, and that ball is closing in as you hit the light. A wave of sound washes over you, a crowd screaming, blinking lights, flashing in all different directions, ringing bells and dinging sounds, but the only thing most of us are focused on is this ball behind us. Spigot rips Petal out of the way, Dill jumping to the side, Decam barely making it to the edge of the tunnel and jumping before the ball whips past him, blasting his feet as he is like jumped out and reached. Decam, you're gonna take a tick on your harm clock as you are blasted by the ball as it passes you, and Decam furls out in the ground in a bundle, rolling over himself, this crowd's noise blasting over your ears. You are all looking around, trying to gather in this moment, the sound of the ball lost as it whirls off and around the floor in front of you. You're all looking around, you see these black banquettes cutting up the field that you find yourselves on. Big black banquettes cutting out shapes in front of you with these neon rims and crowds standing on top of them, just looking at you, some pointing, some jeering, some cheering. Massive crowd. The whole edge of this seemingly arena you find yourself in, filled with bodies just jumping and roaring.
Decam struts forward a little bit on his hurt ankles and says, "Oh, I see what we're doing." And he holds up his arms like he's flexing. He's doing some like Olympian poses.
Yeah, the crowd goes wild.
And then he starts juggling knives that he pulled out of somewhere.
The crowd's loving it. They're screaming, they're cheering, they're throwing like little bits of paper and plastic at you. Petal, in the darkness, you were in sort of a tizzy. You were in this weird stumbly space. That's why you tripped up over yourself. You've had a trouble since you've entered into this portico. But the moment that you're out in this space, you feel oh so at home, oh so familiar. For the first time since you've woken up in the dunes, in the burnt out carcass of that vehicle, you feel like you know who you are. You are Petal, and this is home. You feel comfortable, like you know what's happening. It's not falling into places, right? You're seeing all the pieces now. You feel them starting to click in, like this is familiar to you. You know this game, you think to yourself. And above all of you in the black sky, twisting neon shapes of circles and squares, you see a blue-cloaked, gray-haired person with a hat. Stars and clouds and a moon decorate the hat in gold film, but they loom over the top of you, way larger than life, like they paint the sky above you. And they say, "Welcome to the show! Oh, it's so good to have you back, and you've brought friends!" And the crowd goes fucking wild. They're like roaring and cheering.
These aren't my friends.
I'd like to read a sitch.
Yeah.
And I I rolled a 7.
I say as the character.
And that's great because I only had one question, and that's where's my best escape route? Get me out. It's too bright. It's too loud. No, thank you.
As the crowd is being drawn into this show being put on by the figure above you, this wizardly character above you, Dill, you scope around. You see that this field that you find yourself on is entirely rimmed by these big black shapes that are 10, 12 feet in the air in some spaces. Very difficult to reach. They seem perfectly flat, though you're sure you could jam your little fingers in there and make a handhold. You've never been stopped before. But the field is entirely rimmed in by these big black shapes. Lights flash and twinkle all around you. You can see ramps in the back, kind of the direction you're facing as you come out of this tunnel. There are ramps leading up to different blockades on each side of the field. On the left side of the field, you have a blockade with 3 dim bubbles over the top of it. In the middle, a wooden, we've talked about them before, but like Frisian horse style blockade that looks like it's meant there for security. Huge, like as tall as the walls, 10, 12 feet tall. Fully interspace that you couldn't one generally couldn't just slide right through, but might need to be broken down. And to the right, a ramp leading up to an old stone crypt, a door in its way, and some sigils over the top that are all dim at the moment. And as you scope about the floor, you start to piece some things together. There look like you see a similar sigil deep down on the south of the field, maybe. You see similar bubbles hovering over what look like big circular rubber bumpers in the middle of the field in certain places. And you're starting to get to the idea that there are areas you could escape into, but first you're gonna need to open them up.
This wizard character, how far away is this guy? Where's he at in this scene? Is he flying around?
This dude's painting like the sky. Like it looks like a backdrop on the sky above you.
I understand now.
For our good example, if we've ever seen like the Wizard of Oz, right? Like just this massive projection over the top of you.
I throw a knife at him. I don't think it gets to him.
And then the knife hits the ground next to you. It took about that long. Yeah. I'm gonna keep the pause in there.
Perfect.
The crowd jeers and cheers and points at you, laughing.
Okay.
Who has done something since we've entered this play space? Dill has. Decam is raising his hand.
I threw a knife at him. Does that count as doing something?
I don't think Petal or Spicket have. I just want to give you guys a moment before I progress something, and then people can.
I have another thing to do.
Yeah, this is sort of as you're scoping out those initial things I pointed out.
Spicket is going to use Norman.
Oh, hell yeah, use Norman! Yes!
New ability, Spicket's new ability.
I was also going to use my new ability, but Norman is such a better new ability. Please tell us all about Norman, Mike.
Man, this ability is so attached to your character. I love this.
Tell us about Norman.
Norman!
Is Norman the name?
Yes, Norman is the name.
Oh, hell yeah.
When I speak to the mask, I speak to Norman. I seek the advice of my mask. I roll plus weird to see what it tells me to do. On a 10 plus, I take experience and mark a +1 if I do as my mask wishes. On a 7 and 9, I take that +1 if I do what it asks, or act under fire if I don't. And on a miss, it has its own agenda, and I act under fire if I don't follow it.
Ooh, roll plus weird then. Let's see what your mask says.
Let's see. That is 8 plus 0, so that's an 8.
So you have to do it or do it under fire.
Yes.
Oh boy. This is a level up ability, right?
Yes.
We haven't really played in the space. Is this something that Spigot has had for a while? Have you spoken to your mask before?
I think, because the mask is such a part of his personality, and it's so ingrained in his waterbearer rituals that it's probably something that when he's fidgeting, he rubs the markings on it. So like some of the brass is probably brighter than others where he's run his hands across it. He talks to it as his form of like self-comfort. But apparently he's reached the point where the mask is...
It's like a wholesome golem.
Yeah. where the mask is speaking back to him.
You know, I think let's develop that out. You're doing that. You're doing the same rubbing structure you've been doing, trying to self-comfort yourself, right? You're rubbing I imagine it's the mustache area.
Yeah, yeah.
And to develop that, I think what happens now this is a lower face mask. There's nothing over the eyes. Oh boy. You're scoping out the whole place much like everyone else is. You pull in the same info and your mask whispers back out of the pipework ventilation that covers the front of your mouth. You can hear it echoing out of the bottom of those little like pipes in the bottom that create this like metallic beard on your face. I like it as I want to build it up into a speaking to you thing.
Yeah.
I think this first time it's just sort of like, I think right now what's most important is your mask is telling you to not get run over by that ball. Dodge the ball, Spicket.
Okay.
And as you're feeling that, and Petal is still considering what to do, of course, the ball is, you can see, rolling around the side of the field and heading towards the bottom where there's this gap, this opening that leads to a black hole. And it's just like circling the edge of the board towards that black hole. But your mask desperately wants to live. Do not get crushed by that ball. You feel safe in this moment. But there you go.
All right.
If you try to get hit by the ball, I guess you'll have to act under fire. But you get a +1 to dodge it if you need to.
Okay.
Okay, Norman.
Yeah, you'll have to act under fire because of the mask. The ball, you don't really care about.
Yeah.
But the mask, ooh, you care about that quite a bit.
Don't disrespect Norman.
Petal, everything feels familiar to you right now. Everything. You feel as if he was speaking to you. He said, welcome back. He said, thanks, like you brought some friends. You feel like he was speaking to you.
Beans. Okay.
Can I ask my question now?
Sure.
Does seeing this guy on the screen count as meeting him? My move triggers when I meet someone important, my call. If this counts as meeting him, he feels important because he's on all the screens.
Sure. Let's use the ability, but first I want to see what Grace has to do because she still hasn't made any sort of move since we've entered the space.
Oh hell yeah!
Everything feels familiar. So, is there a role that possibly I could swing of like acting on instinct because everything is familiar? My body knows what to do, even though my brain is still filling in the blanks, like muscle memory. If this is like feels familiar, there must be some gut instinct telling me.
I think give me an open your brain to feel what your gut instinct is telling you to do. I know that it's brain versus gut or whatever, but like
It's the psychic maelstrom. Your gut is directly connected to the psychic maelstrom.
Yeah, I mean, the psychic maelstrom is so fucking ethereal.
Everyone knows that.
Oh, that's a 10.
Nice.
My brain is so freaking open, bro.
Wide. A good detail.
This is a familiar game to you, Petal. You feel like you know what's going on. This board is dangerous. That ball is not done. You know that for a fact. You are going to be dodging the ball. You feel it. That ball is not going nowhere. That's the game. Dodge the ball. You feel safe in that knowledge, even though it's on the other side of the board and skating very quickly down that black barrier towards the void in the back through this like little gap. Like you know that it's coming back at you. You know that there is safety in those 3 areas at the top of the board, and I think by examining them over with a fucking 10, you know, like you get a sense. The middle one with the Frisian horse blockade, there are some like metal wires running through it that you can see, and you would need to be closer to examine them, but you know they're there, and you know that fence needs to be electrified, and it will open, granting you safety into the kind of decrepit house beyond. You see a sign behind that fence that says House of Laughs, but the word laughs is painted crudely onto this wooden board that's hanging on by a nail and literally hanging off, and you can see it's covering the word pain. It once was the House of Pain, but now it's the House of Laughs. To the left, you can see those 3 unlit orbs. You know that those should be red, yellow, then green in order. And quickly scoping out the field, you can see very specific bumpers with those colors over them. You know you need to get those hit by the ball. You know that's your game. Your game is utilize the ball to complete these tasks for you. The very last one, the decrepit sort of crypt with the door and the symbols, you can see those bumpers as well. And a small hole, you know you need to shrink the ball, though with how much is happening on the field around you, exactly how is hard, but you can kind of see the path forward on each of these 3 spaces. The crypt, the House of Laughs, and the tracks, which is like the very first ramp that cuts up to those 3 orbs that we need to get lit somehow, red, yellow, and green, but looks like it turns into a road that cuts off inconceivably into the distance, like out and above this area. It seems to be zipping a roadway above you, but this is the entrances up that ramp.
Okay, guys, I can't explain how I know this, but then I tell them everything you just told me.
But then...
Just so now we all know, because no one's going to get hit by the ball. Like, hey, we're in a giant pinball machine, all right? You don't want to get hit by the ball. I can't remember all the bits and pieces, but our goal is to, and I tell them all like about the pedals and the bars and all the house and all that stuff.
Oh, don't worry. I'm sure this big man is about to tell us how the game is played. And then he says the same thing.
Oh no! You've just been given the full rundown by our friend Petal. Sounds like you got all you need. Good luck. Let's let the games begin. And that ball hits the end of the floor and starts to cut into the void, but the edge of the wall slams up like a paddle and launches the ball towards the middle where the 4 of you stand thematically, so that it makes sense. As the ball is careening towards you and you look around, you see all these different directions and what we can do, and we're gonna draw to a close there and do our session ending history questions so we can pick back up at the start of our pinball game.
Good thing I'll get to listen to the episode recap before next session to figure out what all the things were that Petal learned.
Yep, I took the easy way out. And I'm not sorry about it.
I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah, no, I'm super glad that there were only 4 minutes left on the episode when we got that.
Just do a quick scrub through. We know the very end is...
Yeah, no, I'm gonna need a couple more listens to what the pinball game is about.
I feel like I gave it a solid enough rundown for someone who has amnesia and also got a 12. Like, I feel like I gave you a lot of cool details, but in a way that is like, I have no fucking clue what I'm looking at.
Oh no, you 100% nailed it.
Me, the listener, will have to sit and think about it for a minute.
Oh yeah, 100%. The goal is for you to imagine your own pinball board. I'm glad you said pinball, so I didn't have to, as a GM, just like say that word and like make it like, well, it's obviously pinball.
Yeah, because you wouldn't have said it. The big flying man would have said it. You can't turn that voice off. Once it starts, it's over.
History questions. Dill, who knows you better than they used to? And if no one, that's an answer.
Petal knows.
Petal knows you better. Petal mark 1 +1 to your stats with.
Oh.
Why does Petal know you better? Just curious.
Petal knew me the least, so this change in persona was probably the most jarring.
That's true.
Yeah, very informative. Yeah, there was a lot of back and forth between Dill and the other one. DCAM, who knows DCAM better or less than they used to?
It's 100% Dill. Dill had my back in that situation all the way. Dill now knows that I'm not afraid, and so that he can follow in DCAM's footsteps.
Hell yeah.
Repeat the same 29-second section of Not Afraid from Eminem here. That's...
I'm not afraid to take a stand.
Now, hold on. If I play the same 29-second section, does that break it? Or is it up to 30 total seconds?
I think what you should do instead is play 30 seconds of the same 1 second clip from that song.
Sing it yourself.
I won't do that.
Yeah.
That's intense. I need help.
Sing it.
If I could get friends.
Sing it yourself.
New guitar
if we can,
and drums.
you don't have to do a cappella. Like, spoken word.
I'm not afraid.
Hey,
Spoken word is crazy.
Yeah,
I can hit a bongo once and say, I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid.
It's a Stages song.
to take a stand.
Incredible.
Everybody.
How to avoid
Gonna take my hand.
how to avoid copyright.
How to avoid copyright. Perfect. Okay, so
Suddenly I'm back in the Principia wrestler room.
Ugh, that's not.
let me know if any of these take you to a +4, but otherwise, Dill, just get that +1 from DCAM. And then Spicket, who knows you better or doesn't.
Was Petal there when was Petal standing next to me when I had the conversation with Norman? Was she aware of that?
Oh.
I think since you're deciding who knows you better, you get to decide if she heard you. If she heard you, she knows you. She knows there's something more there. If she didn't hear you,
Because I think if here's my take on it, and I would love input, is because I helped get her out of the dark tunnel and I helped pull her to safety from the side of the ball, she was probably right next to me. So I'm guessing maybe that she did hear me have this interaction of some sort.
I love that. That's like narratively lined up perfectly for her to have overheard you talking to your mask.
So that takes my history with
That'd
Petal
be
to a 4.
Okay, Petal, you mark 1 experience and take your history from +4 down to +1 with Spigot.
Got it.
And then you are following Spigot. To follow up on what you said, which is like you were like, oh God, I don't know what really happened. I would say that you have done a good job of keeping your cards close to your chest. You didn't reveal your vision. Spigot saw you have another vision, but he's seen you have them, and then you say that you didn't. So I would be curious if no one knows you better, and in which case you can give someone a -1, which is still overall, you tack on enough -1s experience.
Petal only gives negatives.
Yep. No one gets to know me because I don't even know me. Yeah. I mean, I think Petal didn't say about the visions because how do you have the time to explain that in the moment? Like, hey, I had a vision that maybe I helped build these things that are attacking us. Or at least was there. I guess, I mean, I don't really know how to could target one person for a -1 because I feel like everyone kind of, except for Spigot, I feel like Dill and Dehem are on the same page of not knowing me.
There can be only one.
You gotta pick one if you're doing a minus. You just just
Give us both -1/2.
-1/2.
You have to rock, paper, scissors for it over the camera.
no, you have to decide.
Let's just roll a d6. Gabe, d6 off. Here we go. D6. Roll
Hell
the
yeah.
d6. The loser takes the -1. I got a 1.
Take -1.
Okay, so you get the -1. Cool, and that's history, and that's this session.
Next episode, we will continue to account the investigation of the Tedvillians as they face the strange and reality-warping challenges they found in the dome. This episode was produced and GM'd by M. Williams, featuring Theodore Stringer as Dill, Lawrence Jennings as Deluca's Chophouse answering machine, Mike Harrison as Spicket, and Grace Stringer as Petal. Music composed for this season by Chris Rogich. Additional voiceovers by Mckenna Lynch. Other credits can be found in the episode description. That's all for this edition of WPR. I'm Q. See you next time.
For this. Okay, hello everybody, and welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice Arcade Apocalypse. This season, utilizing powered by the Apocalypse system to tell the stories of I was thinking halfway through that, well, this isn't going in, but it the whole point was practice. Welcome back to Dungeons, Drive-Ins, and Dice Arcade Apocalypse. This season, utilizing the Powered by the Apocalypse system to tell the story of the citizens of Tedville and their quest to return the good wets to its good peoples. I'm M. This season, the Master of Ceremonies, Moss, Mock, Moke, Okay, anyway, we're going to get into our intro question just for us, and that is, I feel like it's a leapfrog off of last week's question, which is perfect. If you were going to be in an arcade game, physically, like if you got digitized down and put into the game, what would be your least favorite game to be put into? And I thought about this all day. I thought of different takes, things that could be funny. What ultimately came out of that was the fact that I think being in like a Street Fighter game would be the worst for me. I would just get my ass kicked for however long I'm in the game for. Like, I can't, what am I going to do against Ken? You know? That dude just fucking palms me and I'm done, down for the count. Imagine playing an arcade game and the other dude is Ken and he goes, huh! And then your character you're playing goes, hold on, stop, Ken, stop. Oh, that one hurt. Like, that's so fucking funny to me that's all I've been thinking about all day.
Now you've got to fight Zangief for the next 4 hours.
2 of his arms hold me up while the other 2 just beat the hell out of me. No, wait, that's Goro.
Zangief is the big wrestler man who grapples people.
Yeah. Oh, does he? He grabs him and does the flip backwards, or is that also Ken?
Oh yeah.
And speaking of Zangief, this question made me think about Wreck-It Ralph. I'm Theodore Stringer, and I play Dill. And I've been thinking about Wreck-It Ralph when I've been thinking about this question, and I've been trying for the life of me to figure out, without resorting to Google, what the name of the first-person shooter game was from Wreck-It Ralph.
With the blonde lady?
Yeah, what is the name of the game that she came from? Because that's my answer.
Oh, with those bug things?
That game.
With the bug things. It has all of the worst elements. It is a fast-paced first-person shooter where you climb a tower full of bug monsters that spawn infinitely and come from all directions.
And that glitch guy was really scary in that movie. For like an animated movie, he was kind of spooky.
Those movies, both of them, 1 and 2, slap. 10 out of 10 recommend. At least 9 out of 10 seriously recommend Wreck-It Ralph and Wreck-It Ralph 2.
I don't know if I've seen the second one, but the first one hits hard.
Gabe and I saw it in theaters, and it was fire.
It made us cry.
We did. We wept.
We did.
And my name is Lawrence, and I play Zangief. Actually, I play the Deluca's Chophouse answering machine, of course. And arcade game I would not like to be sucked into. There's a few obvious answers. Skee ball, Pac-Man, pinball machine. I thought Deer Hunt.
Wait.
That's the one that I think would be the worst.
But in most of these examples, you are the character. Are you saying you're the deer?
There's no civilization. You're trapped in the wilderness. There's no buildings.
Well, behind
in that
you
game.
there are.
There's nowhere comfortable to sit.
We're only looking one direction. Look behind you.
There's nothing there. It's an arcade game.
You could technically just be in the game. You could just be a guy who's also now in the viewfinder with all of the ducks and deer. I don't play this game.
There's so many deer in this woods. It's so scary. I can never sleep. There's so many deer.
You can only hope that you're wearing your orange vest.
I don't own a scrap of high visibility clothing.
I did consider that, and then my like thoughts went to whack-a-mole. I would not want to be a mole. My only job in whack-a-mole is to dodge, and then I've done it successfully if I just haven't been struck today.
What about the machine that the light goes around in a circle and you have to try and hit the button on the jackpot? There's no part of that I want to be either. If I'm the light, I'm dizzy. If I'm the button, I'm hurt. And every once in a while, there's going to be like some guy who's going to stand there and hit my button for 5 hours. No matter what, that is the one game.
I do like that in Lawrence's version of this hypothesis, he could be the physical part of the game.
He's not necessarily the player of the game. He is part of it, and I love that.
He's neither the player, he's not even in it. He's the physical button of he's the joystick. I mean, honestly, being a joystick of a game would suck.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to be some sweaty kid's joystick too.
Just yanked back and forth by a bunch of sweaty hands, and the more intense they yank you, the sweatier they get. That's bad.
What if I told you, Gabe, that I looked up the name of the game?
Please.
It's Hero's Duty. She's from Hero's Duty.
Hero's
That was the whole joke. You said duty. Yeah.
Duty.
That's a spoiler. Cut this out.
Cut this out.
He said the
No
words.
spoilers for Wreck-It Ralph.
Oh my
Spoilers.
gosh.
Oh my god.
And on that note, I am Michael, and I play Spicket, the water bearer. And I kind of like Lawrence's take on the physical being of the game, and I would hate to be the claw in the claw game, like the weakest grip in the known universe.
Everybody hates
Everyone
you.
is so mad at you all the
Yeah,
time.
everybody hates you, and you're just the most useless piece of mechanical crap
That's
ever.
awesome.
Your job 90% of the time is to lightly caress stuffed animals.
Yeah.
And let them go.
The guy whose job it is to take the money out of the games loves the claw. Is his
Yeah.
favorite one.
He never has to refill the machine.
Yeah, wait, maybe I should just buy a claw
Yeah.
machine. Wait a minute.
I've
Wait
been
a
watching
minute.
these dumb YouTube videos of a dude that unloads his coin machine outside of his laundromat, and he just goes through and he's like, well, today my Coke machine made X, and today my dryer made X. And I'm like, man,
Where do you where can you put a laundry machine?
in a laundromat.
You can just put one in
No,
there?
he probably
You can
also
own
owns
them.
the laundromat. You can own businesses, Gabe.
Okay, you own the building with the.
He just wheeled his own in there next to the others and went, nobody'll notice.
I don't know.
The low price of $15 a month, you can rent one of the laundry machines in my laundromat. I don't know if someone's going to use it, but if they use it, you can have that money.
Oh,
But on to, I think what Grace was mentioning, if you bought a claw machine, you could just rent it out to like a restaurant.
That's what I'm saying. Most
Yeah.
of those are not owned by the restaurant. Most of those claw
yeah.
machines and businesses are owned by other people.
No.
Same with
dude.
the candy machines and everything else.
Like and like the restaurant takes a small fee,
No.
but like they're owned by most of them. Like the restaurant takes a little fee, like we like rent for keeping it there. But then independently, they come in probably before it opens when no one else is there.
Can we pull some money together, guys? We should get some claw machines or gashapon machines
I don't know
or
how
something.
expensive they are, but you can make a decent amount of money.
Do you think my boss would be mad at me if I put a claw machine in the office?
Like, imagine putting one in, like, the lobby of a bar. You could make so much money if you had cute little gachapon things. Like, so many drunk girls would be like, oh my god, my cash.
My cash.
Because I would.
You know how drunk girls are. Just throwing money around.
just start going into dive bars and being like, hey, what if I just wheeled in?
Hear me out.
I have the machine. It's
No,
already
sharks.
full, and I'll fill it
I
up.
have a deal for you today, sharks. Let me keep this in here. Plugged in.
I've got the machine. I've got the dolly. I've got the stuffed animals or whatever the tchotchkes are. I just need. I need your outlet and I need your wall space, and I'll give you.
On the flip side of that coin, though, imagine going to a Red Robin and next to the arcade is the laundromat.
I love a callback.
I love the ambiance
so
here,
fucking
honey.
loud in this Red Robin, dude.
Romantic. All those leftover cash we have from burning money at the claw machines we'll take to do our laundry.
I saw Gabe's face as I started that, and I was like, I'm so sorry you're taking a drink right now, but I'm not going to
There's no
stop.
stopping this train. Okay, and
Oh,
I'm Grace.
man.
We're still not done with the intros. My name is Grace. By the way, y'all, still not done with the intros. My name is Grace, and I play Petal. And I I just realized that I didn't actually pick an arcade game. I picked a computer game. So, oopsie daisies. I picked Bill the Demon. I don't know if you all knew Bill the Demon, but I would really be scared of Bill the Demon chasing me in that game because he was scary when I was little, when I watched Papa and Gabe play. So oh, he's gone. Gabe, come back.
I just had to go for a walk because you brought a callback from my literal, like sub 10-year-old childhood.
Yeah, me too,
oh my
bro.
God.
But he's scary looking. So imagine being like a human, a flesh human in that game. That would be so scary. And then I guess an arcade game, Frogger, because crossing the street is scary when there's a lot of cars. And that's the only thing I'm allowed to do is cross the street. There's nothing else. That's my other one. If we have to pick an
The
arcade game.
version of Mario is also kind of harrowing because the left side of the wall, it just is gone. There's no more
Oh yeah.
left.
You can't.
Yeah.
Once
You
you
can only
make
go
a
right
step,
forever.
that's it. Commitment. That's
Yep.
deep.
I mean, there's some of those Mario levels where the level disappears from out behind / under you.
Yeah, it just pushes you forward. Also bad.
Wow. That really teaches you something, doesn't it? Wow.
I mean, that's kind of an easier one where you could just kind of sit still. Let the world take you forward.
Yeah,
You know?
but then
Easy
those little
peasy.
mushroom guys come get you.
Goombas. You get goombad.
Really quick, because it feels like we dropped a reference into the chat that no one understands. Bill the Demon, just really quick. It was an old game programmed for one of the very ancient Macintosh computers, the big round ovoid white and blue Macintosh computers, and it was very fun. You played as Bill the Demon, and your job was to eat souls to traverse levels, avoid demons in order to get Satan's autograph. Never have I ever actually beaten this game. I just played it a lot and had fun playing it, and I, not come back to it. It also exists as a internet flash game that I have just pasted into our chat. Bill the Demon.
Yes.
If you ever want to play some Bill the Demon in your personal favorite web browser, there it is in the chat. It exists on newgrounds.com. It's worth your time, listeners. Play Bill the Demon. Anyways.
Sponsored by Bill
I'm
the
just
Demon.
going to post that link with no context to every social. And we'll see what goes down.
Thank you to our sponsor, Bill the Demon.
Oh, yeah.
And then there's the link.